Hello everybody, welcome back to another edition of the EcoStruxure Machine Expert HVAC. I'm your host, Leandro Romada, and in this video what we're going to see is the oscilloscope feature that we have in the software. So let's go to the presentation. So the software has one feature, is called oscilloscope, that we can see how a variable is changing during time. So basically, in order to see this view, which is the oscilloscope window, what we need to do is to go to view, select tool windows, and activate the oscilloscope. So in my case it's already open, so I'm going to close it. So view, tool window, select oscilloscope, and there you have it. Okay, what I'm going to do here is to delete the variables I've been working with before. So go here in the bottom, you have all the variables, you can select and delete them. But let's not rush, and let's go step by steps. So this is how you can see the variable, see the oscilloscope window. Then once you open it, you can see at the top that you have a lot of commands over there. So let's go using this. So this one will allow us to stop and play with the acquisition of the data that we have. Then this and this one will allow us to make some kind of zoom in or zoom out in the vertical or in the horizontal axis. That's the idea. And then here will allow us to accommodate the trace of the different variables that we have in the complete window of the oscilloscope. And then here is to separate the trace in case we have more channels or variable for those channels. And here it allows us to see the acquisition points instead of seeing the trace. We can see the acquisition points. And then this one very useful, that you can, it's like having a measure bar, okay, on the oscilloscope. So probably if you want to measure time or the specific variable value that you have in there, it's gonna be good. And then here, this one is very important because we can specify how it's going to be the visualization that we want for the trace in the oscilloscope. Okay, maybe you don't see it now here, but you have the possibility to hide the variable that you have, assign unit, and then the value per division that you have, and also the offset. So there's a lot of things here to configure. But if you just want to use one that is in the same sketch, just try to match the value division and offset to be equal. Okay. Then what we got here is how we can export the trace in case we want to analyze it. We have the possibility to export it. Okay. I don't remember where I get this image. Okay, but I believe I didn't make it. So here we can save this in a different formats, okay, and then we can use Excel to operate or another open source. So open the oscilloscope and our variables over there. That is the exercise for this. So let's connect to the PLC. I have this application running in the background, so basically it's counting up and down, so you can really see that on the oscilloscope. So you can drag and drop the variable, okay, drag and drop it. You can see it's here. That is one way to do it. What I'm going to do now is to delete this and show you the other way. So we can select the variable, right click, add the back window, and select oscilloscope, and the variable is there. Okay, and then we have the possibility here to resize on the to show all the data that we have on the vertical axis. Okay, as you can see right now, the oscilloscope goes to 5 to -5. So if we accommodate this, we can see the signal how it's from one sense to the other. We can also expand and see the data in a much better way using this to expand all the horizontals to show all the data. If I press again, it will try to use from the beginning to the latest one. And you can see how it's going to be decreasing the period. But it's the same period, it's just the divisions that you have per time per divisions that you have. Then here we have the points. So probably if we zoom in, we should be able to see the points over there. Okay, and here at the bottom we have these to navigate through the signal channel. Okay, here it allowed us to see the time. So if I know wrong, should be 20 milliseconds. Not, I don't know how we configure this part, but you can see the time, the division that you have, the milliseconds per division. So, and then you have, in case you want to compare the values, you have it over there. Okay, and here you have the current value, the point that you want, and then between the marks, okay, which is the value. So you have a lot of things here to check in case you want it. Okay, and this is going to be useful if you start again, data, delete this part. So this is going to be useful when you want to, I don't know, regulate the PID, just to check the samples that you have, compare data, or see if a variable is changed during the cycle. Not during the cycle, no, but in each cycle how a variable change in case you're making a sequence. That is something I really use, or to compare things. For example, I usually use trace, not with this one but with another software. I make a trace where I have different traces with Boolean conditions, so I know that when this Boolean is activated, then I jump the other one. It's just to see in a different way how the thing is working. You can add more than one variable here. If you go here, you can change this, the values. I don't know, for if you use 100, you're gonna see smaller. It's the divisions that you have. And you can add an offset and play around with this. You can have different channels. What else? So the other thing is that we can export the data, save it. Okay. Just pause this a bit. So when we press the save button, we should be able to access to any position, and then we can save it. So trace 1 and save. So we save this trace. Now if we go to the folder where I have this, trace, here we can open it as Notepad. You can see a lot of things here. Let's open it as Excel. Just open Excel on the other side. Drop it. Didn't open it as I wanted. Okay, but you had information in there. Just bear with me. Let me see if I can save it in a different way. Trace 2. There we go, much better now. So it's the format OSC. So you can see here the time variation and how the variable is going. Okay, this is other format. You can see, I don't know why it has an issue with the OSCX. I don't know if it's something, I believe in the X, and I probably need to configure to have this kind of view. Okay, but it has more information, the OSX, that this one is just plain text. It's gonna be the time and the variable that you want. Okay, so add variables. We didn't add variables, just one variable. So we continue with this. We already have another counter main2 and see. It's a different variable and it's not used. You can see the trace is stopping there. Now we should be able to see the two variables. You need to select there to accommodate. Okay, so I selected the second variable and then make it work right now. Otherwise, this is for the selected. This one is for the selected variable that you have, and this one I believe is for all of them. It doesn't matter the one that you have selected. So here we can, for example, make a zoom in. So you can see the x-axis, the time axis. You can move then, go to the one that you need in order to fix this on the scale that you want. But this one is for all of them, the axis time, because it shares the time, but on the scale it will be for the one that you are selecting. Okay, so I believe this is it for the oscilloscope. As you can see, it's very easy to use. It's just add it, drag the variables over there, drag and drop the variables, and then just play with the scaling that you have. See the measure time between the different things that you want, but basically we depend on the application you have, what you want to measure. The idea is that you know that we have it, and then you just need to play with it and use it in the program. Basically, it's for troubleshooting and probably for commissioning. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I see you on the next one.